What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. I myself had, of course, an insane day of work, over 13 hours. I am beat as hell, but the chaos of it all, as I get done in the truck, I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to make all these posts for you guys. I'm sure you've already seen most of this stuff, but I'd like to keep you up to date with everything. And then, of course, we're doing the recap now, but pure pandemonium I see just everywhere. And it is, of course, like every year, just too funny. Now, we've talked about this at length for, a month now, last couple of weeks, especially talking about all of the things to expect in this free agency. And one of the things we talked about was two key pieces, Zach Bond and Mekhi Becton. Those are the two pieces you need to bring back. Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, probably going to cost you too much, right? So we were understanding of this. Apparently, the rest of this fan base just seems a little confused. I see all the Howie sucks, fire Howie posts, and it's out of control, man. What are we doing here, guys? We just celebrated 1 month of winning, a month ago, won the Super Bowl yesterday. Oh, all right. They'll be back on board soon enough, I promise you. But look, we're here to talk about it and explain exactly what's going on here and, who we lost, who we added, who's remaining, just like we do every year. We break it all down so you know what's going on with the Eagles. I'll even show you the reserve future signings so you know all the players we have already added in this offseason. So you'll know everything going on. If you haven't been watching, I've already been keeping you up to date. But today, clearly, some moves have been made. So we're going to talk about those. Then we'll take a look around the NFL, see what's going on. All of the moves that are being made. So we'll take a gander there. But I appreciate all of you taking the time. Hope you're having a great Monday. Hope you guys stayed safe out there, enjoyed this beautiful weather. It was really hot. Of course, I had to be outside for a long period of time. Of course, today when the sun's beating down, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate you taking the time, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you're doing here to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. Now, we're going to go over everything, all the free agents, the remaining everything that you need to know, the compensatory picks, whatever. But whatever's on your mind, you have any questions, I'm always here for you. We're live here tonight, so love to hear from you guys. Let's rock and roll here, and let's talk about some free agency here, baby. And look, it doesn't even really begin until Wednesday at 4 o'clock, but this is the tampering period. So we're going to tamper and Terry our way right through. Now, let me jump over here. We got Tiffany starting us off. Appreciate you tuning in. Go effing Birds. And, you know how he likes to do his thing. He doesn't usually take days off. So love to see it. And, we get compensatory picks maybe next year, when, we see who we signed, who we didn't, all that great stuff. So we'll get into that here in a second. Happy Monday to you, Liz. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's effing go Birds. But, look, man, I'm glad you agree with me. I don't know why you guys freak out, lose, and I'm not saying all you guys, but I don't know, man. People don't want to watch the show. I can only give you all the information that I give you. I can't do any more than that. I don't know, what else I can do for you. That's why I break down into detail, all these moves that are coming with Slay and Bradbury and Saquon Barkley and all those things, giving you a rough estimate of what Zach Bond's going to cost, showing you things that actually matter, right? Where everybody else is losing their mind. So I'm glad somebody was listening to me. And you even heard, Howie saying it. I don't know what else I can do. I made all of these shows for a reason. But again, each year, I can't force anybody to know what's going on here. But hey, they want to be lost. That's perfectly fine. So, yeah, man, let people freak out. I make these shows for a reason. I don't know why people lose their mind. But Nina, you see it. You've been here for years. I literally make these videos, how to create cap space, who are the free agents, who should we be concerned about. Literally, I don't know how else. Nina, I do my best. I try. Hey, I know you're tuning in at work. Always love it. Let's effing go. We'll talk about that draft stuff when the draft comes up for sure. Feel like every offseason, these fans. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. They'll jump off ship. It's really, truly annoying. Truly annoying. It is. But I don't want to sweat to stay, but wish nothing but the best. Hey, man, look, I really think that, it would be nice to get everybody back. I'd love to have Milt Williams. I love that kid. You guys know how I feel about him. But, this is what we talked about the last couple of weeks here. They're going to cost a lot of money, and good for them, man. They really earned it. And this is the business side of football, man. This is that rough time where people start learning how football really goes, and I don't understand why we don't have an all-pro at every position. Well, this is why you draft. This is why, we talk about all this stuff that matters so that we don't have to be lost like everyone else, right? Let them be, man. Just let them. I can't. It just drives me insane, man. It does. But I appreciate you, MDB. Hope you are doing well. You think, Warren? Yeah, definitely going to talk about the drafter and the draft stuff coming up here, like the quarterback from Browns. Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a sec. So let me jump over here and show you what's going down here today. So we'll get back to talking about all this. Let me show you, and then we'll take a gander around the NFL. But these were the reserve future signings. In case you missed any of these, this is just so you know, these are the players that we did add that weren't under contract. So on the left, you can see the offensive guys: Davis Price, Cooks, Gray, Latu, Muse, and Bakalahi back. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Hall, Mathis, Henry, Gant, Castro, Fields, Nickerson, Woods, Sam, and they've all got videos out there. If you're looking to, check any of these guys out, you're more than welcome to go check out those videos. But there's playlists for the players added, stuff like that. You can go back to, just look on my playlist there on the homepage. You can find all that stuff. But one person, we actually did add and, retained here was Zach Bond. And yes, we extended Barkley, but we knew he was here. Zach Bond, this was the key piece to add in this offseason. We talked about bringing him back, the leader in the middle there of the defense. So important to have him back. And I was ecstatic. We talked about this last week when it happened. And, this was what you wanted to happen. And Mekhi Becton, right? Those two moves. So we're still waiting. But I think that, Zach Bond, quite the addition. And he earned every penny. I told you, I thought he was worth the 15 to 18 mil range. He gets 17 mil per year. We'll see what his cap hit is. But regardless, how he will prorate those cap hits, spread them out, have a low one. You'll be fine. Still have cap space. I promise you, he's not sitting on his hands. This is what we talked about. Stay patient during this offseason because we're not going to be crazy in free agency. We will add depth pieces, I promise you, but no reason to go gung-ho here on the, day one of tampering period. But let's talk about the, I said Mekhi Becton. That's obviously the one I want to bring back. And, the rest of the guys, Bradbury, Graham, I'd love to have back, but he's probably going to retire there most likely. Harris, Maddox, Morrow, Van Sumeren, we talked about, he's going to come back because he is an exclusive rights free agent. They'll tender him. They'll get him on a minimum league deal. He'll be back. Rick Lovato, they're going to bring him back. Now, Becton, please bring him back. Beyond that Blossom game, you saw, hey, Kyle Juszczyk just got cut. You really want a fullback. But, yeah, Book there, Campbell, Clark, Covey, Driscoll, Gainwell, Gates, Johnson, Phillips, Azoma. And, when we talked about this, other than Becton, you could give me Covey back, I guess, to, have some competition in the return game. But I would be fine moving on from him. I wouldn't mind bringing Kenny Gainwell back. But I, talked about this last year. When I wanted us to draft Will Shipley was for the fact that Kenny Gainwell would be a free agent. And I thought most likely go sign somewhere else. Shipley part of the future. That's probably still the plan, but I wouldn't be against it. So beyond that, dude, Mekhi Becton. That is who you need. These guys, the rest of them, I'm not literally freaking out about this. I will not. And this is why we talked about it, because what is the purpose there? These guys, depth pieces that you can, and I'm sure a few of them will be back, and that's awesome. Obviously, as I said, Van Sumeren and Lovato. But beyond that, dude, this is how football is, man. Here's the turnover. You're going to lose some players. You're going to add some, just the way it works. Now, we did add somebody today. Made a trade. And if you watch this show, I'm a fan of this young man. So Dorian Thompson-Robinson, we talked about, in the draft a few years ago where, out of UCLA, same kind of skill set Jalen Hurts has. And I, liked him as a draft pick for us. But clearly we did not go that route. And if you remember when I talked about it, I didn't think the Eagles would be looking in that range. So I doubted that we would get him. But as we talked about, just like I do every draft period. We talk about every single position, all the players in that position. So we were just talking about Thompson Robinson and how much I liked his game. And you can go back and check that video out, the quarterbacks from a few years ago. And, you could see my full thoughts and his stats and all that great stuff I like to add. But he was one of the people I pointed out to talk about. A big fan. And you get a 5th-round pick. So what did we talk about with Kenny Pickett, right? You remember, as I said, in this offseason, you're going to try to trade him because you're comfortable with Tanner McKee as your number 2. So you trade Kenny Pickett, you get a 5th-round pick, and you get a QB3 who can compete with, a veteran or an undrafted quarterback, somebody you like in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, whatever. You bring those guys in, they compete. I love it, man. And, you got something for Kenny Pickett. I would have been fine with the 5th-round pick. But you also get another guy that I actually enjoy his game. So excited to see it. Now, let's get to the losses. This is what everybody wants to see. Everybody losing their mind. Now, these are all reportedly. Remember that. They can't actually get these deals done until Wednesday. And you've seen it before. People backing out, changing their minds. Slay isn't even confirmed to the Steelers, but that is the thought. That I guess is what's going down. But yes, just remember that things can change here. Wednesday, things can become official after 4 o'clock. So a trade, that's official. Kenny Pickett is a Cleveland Brown. They told Myles Garrett, look, we're bringing in a Super Bowl caliber quarterback for you. Go ahead and stay. He said, holy shit, can't wait to see who it is. Boom, they hit him with Kenny Pickett. Well, best of luck to you, Cleveland. But best of luck to you too, Kenny. I know you grew up an Eagles fan, appreciative of what you did here, man. But thanks for getting us a draft pick and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Now, Oren Burks, I love that dude. And we talked about it. I would love to have him back, a special teamer, somebody that I love this game, was able to come in and start when Dean went down, and Dean, we don't know if he's going to be ready right away. He was already off, crutches as a few weeks in. So that's a really great sign that he could be ready. But regardless, we talked about the depth we have. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., bring back Ben Van Sumeren, who should be ready for camp. But, you have those guys. You're going to add, possibly a veteran free agent, guy that, undrafted, maybe in the draft you like. But I think, Burks was somebody that we talked about wants the opportunity, to possibly start or get some money. And, hey, that's the business side of this game. So you see Burks obviously moving on to the Bengals, Rodgers going to the Vikings, and I would have liked to have Rodgers back too. But, just like we talked about, if they go, I'm not losing sleep over it, man. This is how free agency works. And most likely a lot of these guys are going to get paid. They're on a Super Bowl team. Other teams want to get those guys. So it's what it is. Slay going to the Steelers, the team without a quarterback who, just got DK Metcalf. Slay, obviously is a big addition for them. So we'll see how it goes down. But then Josh Sweat joining Jonathan Gannon in Arizona there. And look, he earned his payday. Go get it. And happy for him. I will miss him. And Milton Williams. Oh, man. It's a harsh reality. You could talk about it. He's going to be gone. But still sucks. And the Patriots. Oh, God. Vrabel's really doing some special things there. They were making some big moves. Big moves. So, Milt, best of luck to you, bro, and everybody else on that list. Appreciate you all doing your part to help us get that Super Bowl. So, it's unfortunate, but nothing that we haven't talked about here. So let them lose their minds out there. We'll continue just staying confident in this team. And as I told you, the good thing about having Howie is that he will, continue to grow this roster. And you don't have to you talk about, I think the stuff that everyone else talks about. You literally have enough information to sit here and explain what's going to happen in the draft. Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? So it is what it is. But I understand that's not for everybody. A lot of people get upset about that, don't want to talk about stuff that actually happened. So, the Goddard stuff, nothing's happened. So I don't know, man. We've talked about it. You got to get his replacement, but I don't know that I'd get rid of him before I get his replacement. We talked about DTR there. I'm a fan of him. On to the next podcast. Well, take care, Steven. I know talking about what's actually going on is not for everybody. So enjoy. least none of them went to the rivals. Yeah, exactly, right? They're not in the NFC East, but it is what it is. And yeah, man, they do. They definitely do. So that's just part of the game, and apparently not on to the next podcast. So, hey, we'll see who's starting once we continue to add to the roster and draft. But yeah, you got to have the offseason first. Yeah, exactly. We talked about it. They're going to get paid. Is what it is. And yeah, right. Let's get him back. Oh, please, 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 please. But yo, Doyle, my man, appreciate you tuning in. I hope you're doing well, my friend. It's free agency season, so let's rock and roll. And yeah, well, look, Fred had his struggles. He was pretty bad last year when he did play. We talked about that, but I wouldn't mind having him back. As a competition, as we talked about during that show. That sucks, man. You're always welcome to tune in and learn how this stuff works. And, you just, I get it. A lot of people like those other shows, like getting, worked up and stuff. And, hey, that's just not for me. I prefer, preparing you guys for all these things actually that happen. That way you don't have to join in the Dan Cilios and the Elliott Short Parks of the world. And, I knew it. Everybody sucks. We're not doing that, right? I mean, we're Super Bowl champs, baby. I can't help the casuals anymore than the free information I give out every day. And yeah, you've been right there with me. So, and yes, when you move Pickett out of 2, McKee goes into 2. So that sucks, man. Hope things turn around for you. Well, it's their choice. They get to sign. They choose that stuff. So clearly he wanted to, go somewhere where he was getting paid and we weren't offering or whatever it may be. It's just part of the game. And I liked Isaiah Rodgers. I wanted to keep him too. I'm just saying, it's nothing that you should get worked up about, right? So it is what it is. Let me show your eyes. No doubt, yeah. Use those bad boys, man. Tune in sometime. Use these. Use this. And just know that you don't need to let those people get you down. Today, hated losing players. Yeah, exactly. We knew all of these things were happening. The chaos of it all, that's what the media gets, man. They want that. So, yes. All right. Let me try to catch up here, guys. We're getting a little behind. Thought it wasn't official for Slay. Yeah, that's why I said that. Please don't care for losing Perks and Roger suck. Yeah. Who's flagged? What are we talking about? Ringo's a flag machine. Not really. He didn't really get to play, but he'll get his chance to compete. Potential loss, actually. What's happening? You're more than welcome to go check out those old shows if you don't understand what's happening. This is just the business side of it. But that's why I talk about that stuff. Yeah, it is what it is. We will get comp picks, but it all depends because I don't think we're going to sign a lot of players, and that's what it has to deal with. They offset each other, the losses and the additions. So you see, we didn't add anyone in free agency. We just made a trade. So, well, the Kobe, hopefully, gets back before the season starts. But no, Howie said there weren't going to be any big changes. Just going to go through free agency like normal. But Ben Van Sumer and Jeremiah Trotter, as I was mentioning there, are your other backers. You have Gant here as well, but we have the whole offseason to add to it. Every year we try to go through this stuff and help people, but it is what it is. And Burks, the backup linebacker. No, we can find backup linebackers, and we'll find another corner. We go Trotter, Joe, Felix. Yeah, they're all pretty good. All right, so. Whew. Yep. People are going to see about this defense, I promise you. I wasn't saying it for nothing. Yeah, I would not listen to him. He is probably one of the dumbest people I've ever encountered in my life. Yeah, I tried to help everyone last year. You guys know I did my best. I really did. But, hey, I can only give free information so much. And, yeah, you're not getting worse at all. This is just how it works. Again, you're more than welcome to go check out all those shows, how this stuff works. why players leave when they do good and get paid, why, you continue to grow and you draft and you add like you do every year, just kind of, how it goes. And yeah, Liz did my best. A lot of people don't like that stuff. And trust me, I get it. I see the 50,000, 100,000s of views on the shows where people have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. And I understand why most people have absolutely no idea. It's fine. I'll do my best to keep trying to help. Yeah, I don't know why they listen to any of these people. They really, I would see, my thing would be, I need these people to get things right. See, this is why I created my own. I don't listen to them because I was tired of people that have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. So that's just my basis. Like, I would not listen to people unless they predicted who we were drafting, predicted who we were signing, trading for, explained how the cap worked, explained everything into detail. That would be my thing. But that's why I created this, so that if you're like me, if you're a sicko, then you'll want to tune in here. And that's up to everybody. Like I said, I can't force you guys to do anything. You want to stay upset and don't understand stuff, that's fine, man. I can't force you to do anything. I'm just telling you, as a diehard Eagles fan, I don't have to worry about anything. I know exactly what's going on. I know that Howie knows how to do this, and that's why we were able to talk about it, months, weeks in advance. Yeah, he's not a smart person. I don't know how you guys watch that stuff, but more power to you. I will say that. I appreciate you, ladies. I do my best. I really do. And people just ignore it. Ignore it all. Next man up, indeed, Bob, my man. Next man up. Howie's picks in the parade. Yeah, it's a badass picks. I actually use it a lot. For some reason, my alerts are. Yeah, no, Brandon. It's not yours. You can ask anybody. They just don't alert people when I'm live. They don't send anything out. And I apologize for that, man. I'm not sure why YouTube hates me so much, but they definitely do their best. So that sucks. And I try to post on every single platform before I go live, so that way you guys have a chance to see it somewhere else. I do my best. And yes, players that are behind the players gone will be next man up with the players we add, just like every year. Yep, that's how football goes. That's one of the most badass pictures ever, dude. I made a t-shirt of it right away. I mean, that's my dog. They got paid. Most one day, even better. Yeah, and look, Cardinals. I don't like sweat there, but yeah, we're happy they're not in the NFC East, right? But let's take a gander here. So let me try to figure this out here real quick. If I can, I'm going to try to show you the around the NFL, but I gotta bring up the screen. Can you guys still hear me? Still good here. Trying to bring this damn page up. Oh, hold on. Hopefully you guys can see. Hold on. I don't think I'm doing this right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a true drifter. No. Why are you doing this to me? I'm sorry. I just tried to do something and it just made it completely miniature sized my entire effing screen. You guys suck. You suck. I apologize. We'll scroll through this in a second, I promise you. So let's go through here. You can see Niners claim Tomlinson. Gallup's coming on back. Good for him. Andre James. Levante David went back. Geno to the Raiders. Gus is gone. Gesicki. So I started from the other day. I remember I was here. So I wanted to go through and see all the things that happened today. Some of these things are obviously Tommy Tremble went back. Ertz went back. Von Miller released. Garrett went back. Reed, Bolton. So some re-signings went down. We talked about Tommy Tremble. would have liked to have him as a tight end, but still some options there. But obviously, we've mentioned this many a time on the show. The draft series will be coming here very soon, and you will hear all my thoughts on those tight ends in the draft. Malik Collins released, Aaron Jones back, Ford, Ernest Jones. And look, we talked about with the linebackers. I like Ernest Jones, but you're not going to get guys like Jones or Sherwood who are going to get paid, and they did. I see Landry, man. I'm telling you, Pats with Milton Williams, Landry, they're adding all kinds of players. Marquise Bell back. Got Hooper back there. Stidham. Allen with the monster deal. Jake Matthews. No tender for J.J. Russell. So remember what we talked about during those series. If you don't tender those people, they're no longer restricted or exclusive rights guys. They become unrestricted, so they can sign wherever they want. Trey Smith, franchise tender. Adam Butler back. John Bates, Wright, Jones, Godshaw traded to the Saints. Didn't he used to play for them? I know he was with the Dolphins for a second in there. Wasn't he with them for a second too, Saints? I don't know, whatever. TJ Jones, Sheldon Rankins back. Tress Wade, Grady Jarrett is gone. I think he was already picked up by the Bears. J.C. Horn, big deal. Warren is a second-round tender, so if someone tries to sign him, they would have to give up a second-round pick. Ain't nobody doing that. Braden Smith. Bredesen back with the Bucks, no doubt. Holy shenanigans. There's a lot going on here. I love it. Evan Brown, Cardinals. Reddick to the Bucks. Bucks also got Chris Godwin back. Reddick didn't do a damn thing last year, but I think he'll do better in that Bucks D. Dahlman, Barrios, the Texans. Elijah Mitchell still playing. J.K. Scott. Kinlaw to the Commanders. Look at the Commanders go. Jordan Lewis, Jags. Jimmy G. Remember people wanted to trade him for Jalen Hurts. That's laughable. Pat's also got Spillane. That's a big one, dude. Vrabel loves him. Spillane is that kind of dude, bro, that Vrabel, dreams of. Yeah, I did see something about that. I saw a few posts from some of the top names. I was wondering what was going on there because when I finally saw things, he had already signed with the Pats. So I was like, what the? No doubt, man. That's kind of happens during this time period. Carlton Davis as well. Holy shit, man. That Patriots D is going to get a quick little turnaround there. Vrabel, obviously being there is going to help. But a lot of great additions for him there. Justin Fields, the Jets, wild. Matt Pert to the Broncos. Moses, Patriots. Tremont Smith. Remember him? He was with the Eagles for a second. DJ Reed went to the Lions. That's a good pickup for them. They had Carlton Davis there last year. Then now he's gone because obviously we just saw Rodgers to the Vikes. Boo. Matt Dickerson. Milton Williams to the Pats. Boo. Morig to the Panthers. They're getting some good additions there. Another former Eagle with the Jags. Larry Ogunjobi released. Johnny Munt. He's a good blocker. Very good blocker. Going to the Jags. Steelers apparently are going to try to get Darius Slay there. I also heard they're getting Aaron Rodgers. I feel like those two are perfect for each other. I think they will definitely get along well. Eric Murray, Jaguars. And then we saw the Jets, Justin Fields. If you're wondering what I meant by that, just not very intelligent people. Anyways, we're trying to keep up here, and I'll get over to the comments in a second. I just don't want it to freeze. Just wanted to check all this stuff out, and we can talk about whatever you guys want. Hafanga going to the Broncos. Broncos making some damn good deals. Yeah, that's annoying. I messed up. I just clicked on it, and I was going to try to make us read an article. Ain't getting this. Hafanga to the Broncos. P. Ryan back with the Bengals. Sweat. Farrell to the 49ers. McCary to the Jaguars. Yeah, Jarrett went to the Bears. That's a good pickup. Roy Robertson Harris to the Giants. Decent pickup for them. Aaron Banks to the Pack. Sebastian Joseph Day back with them. Slayton signing with the Bengals. Chuma Edoga going to the Jags. Okay, we're catching up. We're catching up, folks. We're trying. I'm trying. It's here, Tiberius Moore, Kuntz, Ramsey, Hobbs, Stevens, the Jets, Dante Jackson to the Chargers. I like Dante Jackson. That's a good pickup for them. He's still got a lot left in the tank, I think. Patrick Jones, second. Good addition. Oh, man, that is a wild deal, though. I remember seeing that earlier. Like, for somebody, I think has high upside, but that's a bold move. $10 million per year there. Jeremy Chin to the Raiders. I was surprised by that. I thought he was going to stay there. But, hey, I'm glad he's gone, no doubt. Rupchick, Baker there. Cox. Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders. And Tunsil's still good, man. But the Texans definitely sucked ass in the offensive line, so I'm not worried about it. They're getting the left tackle to try to protect Jane Daniels. Can't blame them there. But, again, I'm not worried about it. Eagles are going to be adding. I promise you. We'll be just fine. Bobby Brown to the Panthers. Kelvin Beachum. St. the Cards. Bozeman. The Chargers. Adams. Barton to the Titans. Bubba Bolden. You got Pickett traded. Darian Thompson-Robinson. Charvarius Ward going to the Colts is a surprising one. Dobbs to the Pats. Gerald Taylor to the Texans. Watson going to the Texans. Cup getting released. All right, Zach Wilson. I know somebody's going to ask. Not so sure we're in the market to pay someone like him. Hey, maybe he takes a pay cut. I don't know. But I like Dotson. I like what we got going on there. Doolin, Gibbons, Greenlaw to the Broncos. Saw Javonte Williams to the Cowboys. No doubt. Best of luck, man. Keem Davis Gaither went to the Cardinals. Boo. I liked him as an option. Michael Holt going to the Bills. Mac Hollins. Slayton re-signing. Burks to the Bengals. Michael Jackson staying with the Panthers. He had a really good year last year. Ryan Kelly going to the Vikes. No doubt. Blake Harrison. The Steelers. Oh, shit. Tershawn Wharton going to the Panthers. Wow. And then Tier Tart remaining with those Chargers. And I like Tart. We talked about that interior D-line. I feel pretty comfortable with Jomo Booker there, and we'll see what else we add. Chris Board going back. Hudson, Giants. Side, Bengals. Texans. Winchester. Juszczyk, mentioned earlier there. Dolphins getting James Daniels. Chase Young. Oh, I saw that. Don't like that. I would like to have him. Re-signing Dan Skipper. Larry Borum to the Dolphins. Najee Harris leaving the Steelers for the Chargers. Byron Murphy staying with the Vikes. Cisco going to the Jets. And then Laune Johnson signing with the Raiders. So that's what's going on so far around the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if this thing can try to get its gears back right. Oh, now my screen is losing its mind. Holy Lord. I'm going to try to bring myself back here. Hey-oh, ladies and gentlemen. But let me jump over here to the comments and see if this thing doesn't freeze up on me completely here. But, yeah, I'm going to try to fly through these guys. I got to get rolling here. I do need some kind of life here. But my God, I think we were somewhere up here. Right here. That's where we were. God, getting it back. Yeah, man, if you're not with us, man, we don't care about you. We don't care about people losing their minds right now. We're all locked in. You guys know, it's dynasty season. I promise you everyone will be biggest Eagles fans ever. Watch. And, yeah, all my ideas on the tight ends were during that tight end show. And then we'll have draft tight ends that we will talk about during the draft stuff. But appreciate you, Liz. I did see that. And appreciate you as well. But roll through here. My man Dylan in here. Let's effing go, my friend. And, hope you're doing well, my friend. We'll be all right, I promise you. And you enjoy that, my friend. And Eric, different YouTube name, but I haven't been watching you when I was home. I don't know if he Hey, man, Eric, I appreciate that, dude. And as I say on every show, you guys ever need anything, you ever going through anything, reach out, dude. Always here. And I get it. I don't always comment on things. I try, my best to anything I'm ever, like if it's good music or something, like I try my best to support. But I get it, dude. We're all busy people. I hear something I enjoy, I try to show love, but I get it. I do. And I'm glad to hear you're on your feet, man. Things turning around for you. Anything I could do to help, here for you, bro. And Eric, I've seen you on here before. I really appreciate you always taking the time, your kind words. Glad that, you enjoy the show. Hopefully this can bring you some kind of solace. I know for me, this is how it got me out of, my deathbed. So I love my birds. I could not take people lying about my birds or not knowing what they're talking about. So that's why I do this. And people get upset about that. Like, you think you know? And it's like, no, I do. See, because I do the work and I show you. And I only talk about what I know. And I'll tell you my prediction on things, but I'm just doing my best out here to counteract all that negativity. And people just want to bring negativity because of that. It's insane. But Eric, just know, no matter the chaos of everything going on, people arguing or hating on the Eagles or doing whatever's happening, I'm crazy, bro. So just understand, sometimes I try to, not even let it get to me, or sometimes I'll, take people to the woodshed. Just know that deep down inside right here, me, I give a shit, bro, and I care about you, and whatever you're going through, I'm here for you, man, and glad to hear you're on your feet, brother. Really happy to hear that. And that's part of this show where I talk about it and I tell you, I'm not trying to preach to you. Just want you to know I love you guys, and I'm here for you. I've been, to dark places in my life where I go through things alone. I don't want any to do that. So, Eric, I appreciate you, man. Really glad to hear you're doing well, my friend. Eric Cavalier. Well, he'll be the QB3 and he'll compete with somebody else to stay that QB3. Talked about it a little bit earlier, but yeah, it's a good addition getting that 5th round pick and him. Niners they're getting ravaged. Yeah, I don't think we're getting rid of him. But the offseason stuff, people have to make things up. So it is what it is. And I appreciate you, Eric. Really do, my friend. I do. And yeah, I think we all figured it out there, but explain why we give up Rodgers and Burks. Don't get it. We didn't give them up. They signed to other places. So when people do good, other teams offer them more money than they would probably get. And, when you're a team with, all these draft picks, all these young guys that we talk about this entire offseason so far, this is what happens. Players sign elsewhere. It's the business side. It actually happens every year in football. But I'm here trying to explain it every day and try to do it weeks, months, in advance, years. Try to show people, how this stuff works. So I don't have to, not understand it. But yeah, no doubt. On to another show yet, I guess. Yeah, dude. Appreciate you. Really do. Sound of the books. Sounds like a bad dream. Yeah, for him, it probably will be. You say, yeah, and I just mentioned that earlier. I'm not against bringing in somebody that can play a little fullback. We talked about Ben Van Sumen, obviously, and during the linebacker show, I told you that was my top fit for the Eagles to bring back. Worry about Van Sumen. Don't worry about anything else. And he will. He's an exclusive rights free agent, so he'll be back. And it's not like you use a fullback a lot, but this is Kevin Petullo's offense. Maybe he liked it, wants to use more. Maybe you look, for somebody. But whatever they want to do, I'm intrigued to see if they want to use a fullback and bring somebody in. Well, all works. Might have to go watch previous video. What kind of draft compensation we get for losing Milton? Yeah. So what happens with compensatory picks, Brandon, is it's just offsetting. So right now we didn't sign anybody. The only person we had was a trade. So none of that stuff counts. What does count? Not Burks. Slay was released, so you don't get a pick for him. But Milton Williams, his is a 3rd round pick. Josh Sweat would be a 4th round pick. And Isaiah Rodgers would be a 6th rounder. So if nothing else happened, nobody else signed, you would get a 3rd, 4th, and 6th. Now you can get a total of 4. So based on those players we have right there, you're probably not getting higher than that 3rd, 4th, and maybe you'll get 2 6ths or something. But it's it's a cool part of the game. It helps you when you're not obviously adding players, you're just losing guys. So next year, you have those extra picks and, you're really pumped up about it. Hell yeah. But if you go out and sign somebody, which, I think we will sign some players here, you will offset that. So I'll keep you up to date when that stuff actually, once free agency really begins, and we start seeing, the additions and losses, you will get a clearer picture. But right now it just stands at a 3, 4, and 6. And sorry if I didn't exactly explain it. I think I had simplified it enough, right? Where it's like how much money they got paid. It depends on the draft pick they get. There's so much like detailed stuff into it, but I will make a show. I try to do that every year after, some of this stuff goes down, just giving you, a little recap of how that stuff works. And then, just showing you which ones we have and stuff. So I'll do my best, Brandon, to keep you up to date with all that stuff. But yeah, man, I like Rodgers. I love Milton Williams. I like Josh Sweat. I like a lot of these guys. But, this is why I make those shows where it's like, hey, man, it's part of the business. It sucks. But, and yeah, I like Rodgers, and that's why he's going to go try to start over there with the Vikings with Byron Murphy. So we'll see. None of the deals are done, Steven. This is the tampering period. So like I was just explaining there when you were watching, this is all reportedly because free agency begins Wednesday at 4:00. And yes, yesterday and just 5 minutes ago, you saw the Metcalf to the Steelers there. Dallas Goddard, you think will pick up some slack? No, he wouldn't play the tight end that Goddard plays. But yeah, we'll see if they need a fullback. Slay is a free agent. He'll be a post-June 1st cut still. Better, but not gonna. Yeah, hey, look, they're loading up. So yeah, he went to the Raiders. I thought that was crazy. So look, teams like that, they got a young quarterback like that. You saw with the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. It attracts good players, and they're going to do that, and they're going to try to compete with the Eagles. I can't wait. And I told you, as soon as they drafted Jaden Daniels, son of a bitch, these dudes are going to contend with us for the future, and we'll see what else they do. But they've been doing it, man. They're getting better. And, hey, man, that's great. That's what teams do. But the Eagles, they know what they have in young talent. When we talked about the free agents we have, you remember that show we did where I showed you the entire depth chart with the people that were free agents. So if they left, you saw who was added when they were lost, who the backups were, all that stuff. Just do my best to keep you up to date with everything. So, and yeah, people are going to cry about that. They'll be as negative as they can the offseason. People really aren't built to be Eagles fans. It's sad, man, and it's good for them, dude. But I'll be rooting for the Birds, and I'll be excited to watch them all become the biggest Eagles fans ever. Dylan, my man, appreciate you, dude. Hope you are doing well. And that's right, Liz. See, right there. Liz gets it. They can't fuck with us. And, you hear these little shitbirds out here talking their talk and, this, that, and it shows how much they don't know. And I can assure you, I just don't care because we're going to go win that Super Bowl again one more time this year and then the next. And we're going to show them that we are that dynasty. First team in history to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. The Philadelphia Eagles. Let's effing go. Now, we'll see how this year goes. We'll break it all down, how we can win this one. And then we'll hopefully talk about a three-peat. But we got to get to that second one first. And that's what we're here to do in this sicko season. And then throughout the regular season, we'll break it all down, my friends. But, dude, I got to get going here. Let me try to catch up with you guys here. Secured bonds. Yeah, man, we did exactly what we knew had to be done. So, A+ so far. I appreciate you, Tiffany. And I'm not trying to tell anybody anything. I just want people, I know that they don't have this knowledge. So I'm trying to give it to them for free. And they get upset like, well, I do know everything. And it's like, well, and clearly there's a huge gap. What's going on there? But yeah, stay excited, Tiffany. The draft picks. Now we just added another 5th. Don't worry, man. It's going to be awesome. And Draymond Jones or Jonathan Allen. Well, no, I doubt that they're going to go after one of the top guys. You got Jalen Carter, and they're really excited about Moro Ajomo. Jordan Davis there is your nose tackle. Thomas Booker here. So we talked about some of the free agents out there. Dalvin Tomlinson's old ass. I'm sure you could get him on a cheaper deal. Draymond Jones, Jonathan Allen going to cost you a little bit more, and don't think we're going to be spending money there. But I do know that when you lose players, there is, if you can make the right deal at a position where you lost someone, you can't just say, hey, I'm going into the draft and hoping I find someone. So it's definitely a possibility, Rob, that if they want to go out and get one of these D tackles, and, I said it when Jonathan Allen was released, that would be crazy, right? Putting him with Carter, but I don't know, man. It would really depend on them, kind of figuring it out with Howie, how to make a smaller cap hit, get those things. So we'll see. So there's a thing too. No, for minority coaches, when they are hired, a team then will get compensatory picks. So that's when they can have over 4 picks and stuff like that. That's overpaid for players today. Well, they got a lot of money and the cap's going up, so people just spend like wild, man. And we talk about it during those free agent breakdowns of every position. This guy could get this, but maybe some asshole team's going to come in and give him 20 mil. Pat Jones II. Sorry, dog, but no doubt. Yeah, they will do that, man. They will. They're always casuals, dude. Most of them are. It's truly funny. I will not lie. And yeah, man, free agency didn't even start. Today's the tampering period. He's going to – the league year begins on Wednesday, so he'll start right when it started. I promise you, he ain't gonna stop, dude. It's Howie, dude. The people can talk about firing him all they want, and now I know we're at the stage where now we have to pretend that didn't happen. But yeah, man, they should get on board with Howie. And I know I saw a lot of fire Howie, our GM sucks, a lot of that stuff earlier today, and I'm good, man. It's crazy, and that's the point, man. You look at it, Brandon, and that's exactly it right there. You look at the backups, and that's why I made that show with those, depth charts showing you, look at the backups we have. Look at these people that are going to fill in. That's why you're drafting. That's why you're getting these young guys, so that when these dudes get paid, become free agents, it's like they don't understand the business side. And I try to show them, look, these guys are going to be free agents next year. Watch out for this. It's nuts, but I appreciate you, dude. And look, Brandon, any questions, anything, always here for you guys, but okay, I'm going to get to these last questions, I promise, and then I'm rolling. But, and yeah, I just wish people would tune in, but I can't make anybody listen to what's going on. So I know you sickos get it. So that's all that matters, right? As long as we have each other, that's all I've ever asked for is finding real Eagles fans that want to know the truth, who want to enjoy their birds and don't want to hear the whiny, dumb shit and the misinformation out there. I'm good on it. I'm good. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully not as long of a day, please God. But, I will be back. We'll be live. We'll be talking about what happens day 2 of tampering period. And then Wednesday, I'll be live for the official day 1. And I'll have all that great stuff. I'll bring with the draft picks, the caps. Oh, yeah. We're going to have it all. We're going to have a good time this week, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let those negative Nancy's get you down out there. I'm here to keep the truth rolling, baby. And that truth is the Eagles are going back to back and building this dynasty. So, appreciate you, Giovanni, and I'm excited to see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys all have a great day at work or day off or whatever the hell you're doing. Enjoy yourselves. And you need a lot. This is so stress-free. Yeah, man. And we talked about it. This is going to be a cool free agency, right? We're not going to be losing our minds, freaking out. And, we don't have to sign many people. We're going to lose some people. That sucks, but part of the game. And this draft, baby, that's where the excitement really comes. I promise you. We'll be right back on board, and I can't wait for it. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, gots to roll. So have yourselves a great rest of your evening. If you need anything, I'm always here for you guys. Always, always, always. You need a friend. You want to talk birds, whatever it is, you can reach out on any of these platforms. I love you guys. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Don't let the media get you, man. I'm telling you, this is tampering period, day 1. Go watch a bunch of the old shows. Figure out what's going on there, and I promise you'll feel much, much better. Don't be lost at sea like those little D's. So, guys, have yourself a wonderful rest of your Monday. If you enjoyed this content, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe down below. And, Liz, I did see you sent me a super chat. Didn't get to respond to it because I just saw it before I came on. Don't know how I did not remember that till right now. But you are a true blessing. I cannot thank you guys enough for all of your support. Everything you guys do, it means the world to me. So, look, have yourselves a fantastic rest of your night. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!